Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Conservatory of the Arts for the graduation of the class of 2022. To begin our ceremony, I would like Senior Class President Charisma Delgado to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
Hello. Just quiet. Okay. Should I just start? Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic in which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Charisma. If you could please remain standing. Remain standing. Sorry, one more. The national anthem is to be sung by Junior Kayla Staley, who is the president of our student council.
Oh, say, can't you see by the dawn's early light words so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave, and for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. You may be seated. I'm going to let the people that are walking in sit down. Our first speaker this evening is our mayor of the city of Springfield, Dominic Sarnone.
Good evening. To the class of 2022, how does it feel? To the parents and family of the class of 2022, how does it feel? The parents always win out. They're a little more excited and proud of you. To Principal Kelly, Mr. Sacker, to Superintendent Dan Warwick, to School Committee Woman Denise Hurst, to Vice Chair Chris Collins, to School Committee Woman Latonia Naylor, to School Committeeman Josiah Gonzalez, and to the Kayla. Great job, Kayla. Outstanding with beautiful voice, powerful and emotional. And also to the band, that Marcos Carreras, Mr. Energy, is really having you lead the way there. You know, it is so good to be here no matter what type of day I'm having. These graduations invigorate me, and being able to see you and hand out your diplomas. And to be here in this beautiful, historic Masonic building where the creative Conservatory of the Arts comes to life. Now, you're able to come to life for a couple of reasons now. One, your mom, your dad, and family members who were there, who put a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food in your stomach, in your tummy. Now is the time to give the appropriate... Miss, is it okay for the graduate? Everybody can hear? I know you want to hear your child up there. Is that okay? Everything's okay? Good. Gracias. Okay, thank you. Your mom, your dad, your family members, but especially your mom and dad, again, who put a roof over your head, put clothes on your back, food in your stomach. And I know sometimes they might get on your case with a little bit of tough love, but they do that because they love you and they care about you and they know that you can and will succeed. Now's the appropriate time to give mom and dad and family members a big round of applause. Thank you, moms and dads, for your continued belief and investment in our city of Springfield. Now, you have a second family. That is the teachers and administration of Conservatory of the Arts. And I know sometimes they might get on your case a little bit, but they do that because they care about you, and again, that they know that you can and will succeed. So let's give the Conservatory of the Arts staff and teachers, administration a round of applause. So, your foundation has been laid at home. Your skills have been honed here at the Conservatory of the Arts, and some of you are going to go on to higher education. Some of you will go on to the workforce. Some of you will go on to military service, and Godspeed to each and every one of you. If there's any veterans in the crowd, please stand. We want to give you a round of applause. It's because of your efforts we're able to lead the lives we lead day in and day out. Thank you to our veterans. So with all this going for you, it really frosts me at times when you have some people in the city of Springfield, some in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, some in the United States of America that indicate a zip code. A zip code is going to dictate your future. You continue to prove them wrong, and you dictate your future. Now, believe it or not, some of you are going to go on to lead right here in the city of Springfield. Might be in front of a camera or behind the scenes, solving problems and making for a better community. Some of you are going to lead in the state of Massachusetts. Some of you in America. And even some of you in the world. I ask of you, because many a times the media depicts urban centers, especially our young people, in a negative light. Tonight, you stand as a shining example of the beautiful mosaic and the good of the city of Springfield. And I ask each and every one of you as you move forward, not only to be proud of yourself and your family, proud of the Conservatory of the Arts, but proud of the city of Springfield that you represent. So as you continue now to move forward, it's extremely important that you can give back. On your road to success, there were people there to help you out, put their arm around your shoulder. Remember that as you're moving forward, to give back to your community. Extremely important. The last thing I'm going to say, and I want to make sure I say it the right way. I had to put cheaters on now, or else I'll be up with the band playing the trombone. So, Booker T. Washington, famed African-American writer and educator. And this quote especially is important for this day and age with social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, tic-tac-toe. I don't know what your kids, all the kids do. And peer pressure, I still have an Etch-a-Sketch. So Booker T. Washington stated in this quote, "Associate yourself with people of good quality. For it is better to be alone than to be in bad company. Remember that. Congratulations to the class of 2022, and I wish you good health and continued success as we get over the surreal time of defeating COVID-19. Proud of each and every one of you. God bless. Thank you.
Our next speaker is School Committee Member Denise Hurst.
Bienvenidos y buenas tardes. Welcome and good evening. Parents, guardians, family, friends, our homegrown Superintendent Warwick, senior leadership, and my fellow school committee colleagues, and our Honorable Mayor Dominic Sarno. A special good evening to Principal Kelly and the entire faculty and staff that assisted in making this evening possible. And last but not least, the Conservatory of the Arts graduating class of 2022. It is an honor to stand before you all tonight. I am grateful that we are able to convene in person for this momentous occasion. I'm even more grateful that in spite of all that has occurred in our world, country, and in even some of your own personal lives, you graduates all made the choice to stay the course and achieve one of the most significant accomplishments in life, graduating high school. Each of you should be proud of yourselves. You are resilient, you have persevered, you are a part of history, and you are our future. Our nation, our city, is at a critical crossroad. We need young, smart, innovative, and creative, motivated individuals like yourselves to lead, to help us combat health inequities that we just saw rear their head during this global pandemic, to fight hunger and homelessness, to end gun violence, and to dismantle systemic racism and oppression. We need you, graduates, to be change agents, not sustainers, and maintain the status quo. We need you to be a voice and not an echo. Gandhi said it best: be the change you wish to see in this world. In closing, remember, as you grab that diploma this evening, that you are the future of this great city and of this country. You have the ability to do great things, and you've already started to do so. Felicidades, que Dios te bendiga. Congratulations, graduates, and Godspeed to each and every one of you.
Next, we will hear from our Superintendent, Mr. Daniel Warwick.
Thank you and good evening. I'd like to recognize Springfield's Mayor, the Education Mayor, Dominic Sarno, distinguished members of our school committee that are with us here tonight. We have Josiah Gonzalez, Latonia Naylor, Chris Collins, and Denise Hurst. Principal Kelly, the faculty and staff of the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts, parents, grandparents, and family members. Most importantly, I'd like to recognize our guests of honor, the graduating class of 2022. It's so nice to be here at our first graduation at our newly renovated Conservatory of the Arts. Isn't this a great building? Absolutely incredible. I am just awestruck when I come in here. And it's a building you deserve, and you've just done a great job. We started this program, thinking about this program 10 years ago, when a community activist approached me and said, there's this incredible Conservatory of the Arts down in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Why can't Springfield have a Conservatory of the Arts? And we began planning at that time, and that was Heriberto Flores. And we began planning it at that time and put it together. Then over time, as we got it started, we were in some older buildings. And our goal was to get this building and get you in a building that you deserve. And I'm just so grateful to our mayor who came up with the funding and our school committee that supported the idea that you're now a graduating class from a state-of-the-art facility in a great program. So congratulations, we're so proud of you. Whenever you accomplish something significant in life, it is important that you recognize the people who supported you along the way. I understand and value the role parents and families have played in this wonderful accomplishment. Let's take a moment now and recognize and thank our families and our parents. Thank you. The teachers and staff in Springfield are second to none anywhere. And I'd also like to take this moment to recognize and publicly appreciate the incredible staff at the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts. Thank you. Graduates, we are so proud of you. Many of you have overcome obstacles that may have stood in your way as you work towards your high school education. We are proud of your determination to stay the course through to the end. All of you have overcome obstacles of doing school in the midst of a global pandemic. You persevered through situations where your very ability to adjust and adapt may have been the difference between your success and your failure. Let those lessons continue to steer you on your journey into adulthood. This year, we celebrate commencement as we did pre-pandemic, together in person. And tonight, as we gather as a class alongside faculty, staff, family, and friends in this world-class auditorium, your class represents hope. President John F. Kennedy once said something that I think is appropriate for this time. Let us take that first step. Let us step back from the shadow and seek out the way. And if that journey is 1,000 miles or even more, let history record that we, in this land, at this time, took the first step. Thank you, class of 2022, for being the ones taking that first step. We are optimistic that this very occasion represents the dawning of brighter days ahead, and we are grateful for your resilience and your perseverance throughout these challenging school years. As I bring my remarks to a close, I'd like to share some impressive data about this graduating class. We have 37 of you here graduating tonight, 24 with plans for higher education. 3 of you are going to enter the military or begin a career school. And as a class, you have achieved already over $1 million in scholarships. We know that it is because of students like you that the district has experienced our incredible gains in graduation and dropout rate. In fact, the best gains in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. We went from a very low percentile up to 84% for graduation rate. And the dropout rate dropped from 10 to 1.9%. That's because of you sticking with it, and we're proud of you. Class of 2022, keep persevering, keep adapting so that you thrive in the face of life's challenges. and most importantly, keep stepping out towards new beginnings. Whether your next stage in life is in the military, college, or career, we wish you all the best. Good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you, Superintendent Warwick. You did mention that we have impressive students, and 3 of them are going to come up and speak to you right now. Corey Parks, Prada Spencer, and Mia Martinez Montijo. Our first speaker is our valedictorian, Mia Martinez Montijo.
Thank you. Pretty nervous. Well, good evening and thank you. Congratulations, class of 2022. This moment is a very special moment to all of us. It's our goodbye to what we started 4 years ago in that building on Franklin Street. We have evolved a lot. Now we are mature people with different personalities. We went through countless setbacks to get to this moment, from moving to a new building in sophomore year to being online because of COVID-19. It has been challenging. This path that we all travel as a group has had enjoyable experiences. As I stand here and look all of your faces, I can't help but to remember some of my favorite memories in Skoda. Like a few years ago when we used to go outside to take Mr. Blaze's class, or a few weeks ago at prom when everyone looked so beautiful. We will carry all these memories and experiences with us when we leave. Now that we are starting adult life, things will change. We will have different goals and many perspectives, but I wish you a future with many opportunities. I hope that each of your dreams come true. At last, I want to thank Mr. Blaze, Miss Ward, Miss Martinez, Miss Waterhouse, and all the teachers I didn't get to mention. I want to thank the students for their effort and their commitment to get here. And like my abuelita says, por más alta que sea la montaña, siempre hay un camino hacia la cima. No matter how high the mountain is, there's always a way to the top. Thank you.
Next is Prada Spencer.
Okay, hello everyone. I hope you guys are having a fine evening. We are all here to celebrate the new beginnings and lives that we will inevitably have after today. Our 4 years have led us here. I hope we can all say, I'm glad I made it. And I'm happy to say that without my mom and my supporting family, that none of this would be happening, pushing me to always do my best. When walking into Skoda, I was excited to be here. Even if the building was like prehistoric, and I was still excited. It wasn't much, but it was just for me, if that makes sense. The opportunity to explore the arts such as dance, music, drama, and art along with regular classes was an extremely exciting part of the school. As soon as I got the manual for this school, it was like a spark, a click, I guess. With it being small, it was easy to make connections with your teachers. Teachers that have made long-lasting impacts on me. I would like to personally thank those like Miss Moore for helping me like art because in 8th grade I constantly skipped it because I couldn't draw. But she sat me down and we talked and now I like drawing. Mrs. Chase for helping math not seem like such a foreign concept, and Miss Ward for helping me get my first A in math. Mr. Blaze for doing everything to help me when I constantly defied him. Mrs. Freeman for pushing me to enjoy history. Miss Waterhouse and Miss Anderson for helping me not doubt my English potential no matter how much I didn't want to try and work hard. And Miss Farmer for always being a friend to me when I needed someone. Mrs. Christensen for also leading me to the real world, telling me how things are and always being there when I needed her. Mrs. McKenzie for being hard on me and pushing me to do my best. Ms. Acevedo, even though she was not my teacher, she inspired me so much. Mr. Henshaw for always putting a smile on my face. Ms. Kennard and Ms. Santos for being an amazing help. I'd also like to mention Mr. Rios for giving me the courage to be heard and have a voice. Mrs. Centauri for looking out for me and being a friend. Mr. Soto for keeping me in line like no other because I don't know where I'd be without him. Finally, Mr. Kelly for being a great principal and caring for us all. He may be intimidating, but he's funny. Proud to say that he's my principal. I would like to thank you all for not giving up on me. Skoda was not a cakewalk, I would like to say, but the memories I keep from here are the most special to me. My first showcase to my first talent show. Field trips here and even our amazing prom, we have all come from here. Even through my hardship, this school has always been my rock. When my house unfortunately caught on fire, this school gave my family and me all the support I needed. This school, no matter how much I hate it, I say I hate it, and deeply and genuinely love this school. This school is just accepting of us all, and as we are on our way to different destinations, I am glad to say that we are leaving having spent 7 years with the most amazing student body, one where we all accept each other. For that, I thank Skoda. This school has carried me to new amazing places and opportunities I will be grateful for. Having been a student from the beginning to where we dreamed of a new building to now having a beautiful one is something I am so proud of to be a part of. I hope the future students can also deeply appreciate it. With all that being said, it is such a shame that our time here has finally come to an end. Although it is definitely not the end, being a part of Skoda was the start of the rest of our lives. Our lives begin now, so pat yourself on the back because you deserve it. All in all, thank you, Skoda, for giving us these eventful moments I'll cherish forever. Goodbye, Skoda. You will be missed dearly.
And our final speaker is Corey Parks.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. And I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight to celebrate the senior class of 2022. My name is Corey Parks, and I'm the Vice President of the class of 2022. Alrighty, I'm gonna try my absolute best to make this not too long. So I originally started this speech around the end of January, and honestly, I couldn't get the right words, so I threw it away, right? I sat back down, tried again mid-March after my birthday, and again, threw it away. I don't know, something was just missing from it. So I waited until May because I think I strive under pressure a little bit. And I took 2 weeks to really think about what my takeaway would be from the speech. After all the drafts, I came up with 3 major pieces of life advice to use as we all get older. Number 1 would be to grow. Now, I'm not so much talking about physically. I mean, most, if not all of you, are done growing. But I'm mostly speaking about mental growth, allowing yourself to go that extra mile of self-discovery and learning your purpose. Even after high school, we are not done growing or learning as people. Number 2 would be mistakes. If you don't already know, let me be the first to tell you that there's no such thing as perfect. No matter how many times people try to stop us from making mistakes, I think it's quite important to make those mistakes. After all, it's those mistakes that end up humbling us. They remind each and every one of us that we are still human, and sometimes they let us know that we're not alone. Mistakes are a reminder that there are others going through the same exact thing that we're going through. Alrighty? And my last piece of advice would be to love. I'm not referring so much to girlfriend, boyfriend love, or romantic love, but I'm mostly talking about love for yourself and love for humanity. Don't get me wrong, I think we all know how sad and scary the world is, but if there's one thing that life has taught me is that there's nothing stronger than love. Love is what holds this country together. Love is what got us all here today. And when you love, and I mean genuine love, that goes beyond flaws, beyond sexuality, beyond the color of one's skin, it's a godly type of love that is loving for one's heart. That might be one of the things to help us survive life. And as I am closing, I love you all so much, and I can't tell you how hard it was to write this speech because it meant that I would have to close this chapter. But if there's anything I learned from my amazing mother and father, who I so deeply love, when one door closes, there's always another one waiting to be opened. I thank all of the parents, guardians, cousins, uncles, aunts, even best friends that came out to support this class. It means the world to each and one of us. I thank every teacher that has left an impact on me and all of us, like Miss Waterhouse, Miss McKenzie, Mr. Blaze, Miss Acevedo, Miss Moore, Miss Anderson, and so on. I'd like to thank Mr. Kelly for always being there and telling jokes, even when they're corny and dad jokes. I'd like to give an even bigger thank you to Ms. Crenard in the office and Mr. Jose, the security guard, for every moment that I got to share with you. And when I say this, I mean no disrespect to any other religion, but I thank God for guiding me and keeping me focused. And last, I thank the class of 2022. I thank you for every encounter and memory I had to share with each and one of you. I love you so much. And at last, again, my name is Corey Parks, and give it up for the class of 2022.
Good evening again, everyone, and thank you for coming to the Conservatory of the Arts for the graduation of the class of 2022. I'm thrilled that we are finally able to hold our graduation here in our beautiful auditorium. I want to take some time tonight to thank the people that make this school possible. You've heard a lot of their names already, but I'm going to say it again. First, I would like to thank Mayor Sarno and our school committee members, Chris Collins, Denise Hurst, Josiah Gonzalez, and Latonia Monroe Naylor for joining us for this wonderful occasion. I'd like to thank Superintendent Warwick and the central office staff, especially my Chief School Officer, Kim Wells, for their support of the mission of the Conservatory. These are the people that make this School of the Arts possible. Now here, I'd like to thank the people that work here for us. Let's thank Lorraine and the kitchen staff for feeding us. I'd like to thank our custodian, the great John Goonan, and his night crew, Onyx, Greg, and Rolando. This is a very big building that they keep clean and safe, even in a pandemic. Let's thank the big man at the front door usually, but at the back door at the moment, our security guard, Jose. He also keeps us safe. Let's thank the greatest and craziest main office staff you could ever meet in Springfield, Daisy and Unica. I'd like us to thank your teachers and paras for helping you travel this academic road, and your guidance counselors for helping you travel your mental and emotional road. You needed all of them to get here. I'd like us to thank the best assistant principals anyone could ever hope for, Mr. Soto and Ms. Santori. And I know some of you definitely needed their help to get here, so thank them. I'd like to thank your families. You've heard this a few times tonight. Family support makes a huge difference in student success, and we appreciate, and you students should all appreciate, all that your families do for you. If Finally, I want you to thank yourselves. You put in a lot of work to get to this point, and you should take a moment to recognize that. It hasn't been easy, so be kind to yourself. Clap for yourself. Reflecting on words of wisdom you pick up along the way is an important thing to do. Some of these words of wisdom could come from thousands of years ago, like in the letters of my favorite Stoic philosopher, Seneca the Younger, who wrote to his family and friends. You may also find words of wisdom from great modern sources like Instagram and TikTok. Regardless of where you find them, it's important to think about them. I'm going to share some that I find valuable to keep in mind, and maybe you will too. Finish the job. Being reliable is very important. Be creative, an easy one for everybody in this room. Spend time in silence, and that means without your phone. Read. Remind yourself of the impermanence of things, and choose your company well. I will leave you with two final thoughts from the Stoics. First, they taught that humanity is like a single organism, and that we, as parts of that organism, should contribute to the greater good of society as a whole. They weren't just interested in improving their own lives, but the lives of all humanity. So consider doing something good for your community and therefore the world. And secondly, making progress in life is not an isolated experience. It involves friendship, spending time with kindred spirits, and receiving a helping hand from others. So be a good friend and help those in need. Congratulations, class of 2022. Always remember this: be kind, work hard, and make art. Thank you. Superintendent Warwick, as principal of the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts, I certify that these seniors have met all of the graduation requirements set forth by the Springfield Public Schools and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It gives me great honor to present to you the class of 2022.
You have been certified as having met all the graduation requirements. By the powers vested in me by the Springfield School Committee and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby declare the class of 2022 to be graduates of the Springfield Conservatory of the Arts. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Thank you.
They're coming through here. You can exit through there. Through here or there? Through here, right? Through here, right? Adriana Arce. Alexi Antonio Arroyo. Wait for me. Sandy Liz Bonilla. Brandon Blaine Busquet. Najane Kin Marie Cotwell. Dallas Christina Clark. Courtney Talia Carmen Cruz. Eva Carmen Cruz. Tamali Marilis Cruz. Carisma Eres Rose Delgado. Kamaje Tiesha Ferguson Gaynor. Angel Jamil Galarza Delgado. Wellington Fermin Garcia. Mary Josefa Harvey. Kaylee Adamaris Iraeta Núñez. Carolise Gabriela López Rivera. Yvette López. Peter Martinez. Mia Alejandra Martínez Montijo. Olivia Elise Melendez. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cristiani Mendez Monel. Denises Alondra Olivero Soto. Jada Leilani Ortega. Corey Tehran Park Jr. Benjamin Jacob Perkins. Alondra Rivera. Prada Shania Spencer. Damian Alexander Taylor. Yadira Marie Torres Ortega. Quinn Chantel Torres Ortiz. Torres Escribano. Thomas Joseph Tyson. Ethanialis Devani Nave Valle. Jaylene Marie Velasquez. Kai Wedges. Nalesha Aliyah Wilkerson.
There's lights right behind you. I can't see a thing you're doing. Like, woo. That concludes our evening. I'd like to thank our dignitaries for joining us. We can exit this way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, boss. Thank you. And now I'd like to have Mr. Carreras can play some music for our graduates to walk out first.